Oh yes, you're welcome back to today's video. In fact, this is a very high video. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu getting justice from the UN. So as you can see, every day we are revealing to you the move of United Nations and the move of US and how they are pushing for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu heavily. So in this video, you are going to watch it and you're going to see everything. And this Biafran activist is going to explain to us a lot of things concerning how the Igbo leaders, some of them, they are claiming that they wanted to meet Tinubu so that Tinubu will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for them. You know, election have come closer and closer. Every day they are using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to do campaign and to do politics day by night so that they can see or they can get the attention of the eastern region. That is what we are seeing. Now they are now claiming that they want to go and meet Tinubu for Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for them. That is why you see Dave Omai claiming, saying that they are trying to negotiate with Tinubu so that he will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, in this video, you are going to see everything. This Biafran activist, Biafran evangelist, is going to explain a lot of things to us about the governors and also the UN and how they are planning for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, a lot is happening. A lot is happening in Nigeria. Everybody have seen that Mazi is not the problem of Nigeria. And in fact, he is a savior to the country. But due to the government of Nigeria, they don't like him and they don't like what he's doing and they don't like to hear the truth. That is why they sentence him, because he's revealing the truth to the world and he exposing the evil those bandits is doing to Christians and to the Igbo. And instead of him to keep looking, he said that he wants his people to go. And finally, the game is now changing gradually. Just watch by yourself. I was about to watch, like, subscribe, and share for everyone to see things happening in Biafra land.
Good day, viewers. So once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. As usual, we're here to bring you the very best. It is happening currently, heating up in the southern east of Nigeria. The eastern governor has gathered themselves to go and meet Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president himself, to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A lot of reactions is coming out. A Biafran agitator has come out to say, whom are you people deceiving? You want to use our Onyendu as a political game. Biafran evangelist, what's your take on this, the southeast governors?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from, and depending on your time zone, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord bless you. Mego. They thought that they are going to silence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Their man was to find Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Their man was to ridicule and to sign and to pocket him. But they never know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has gone beyond and above Nigeria, not even Southeast governors. You see why they go to Soludo and Opus of them and never wanted him nor wish him to be released. They say if Kanu is being released, there's not going to be anything for election in the East. They themselves have been afraid because they will not have a say again. You see why they are fighting to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or better still to buy him. Today you see them coming out tonight. They bow, they surrender, they have admitted that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That should be yesterday breaking news morning. You understand me? Yes. It was on Friday, Ohaneze Mbata, the president of Ohaneze, stated declaring that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the person that they know as what? Yes, Mbata, the president of Ohaneze, on Friday, openly and clear, declare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as the Eastern Region leader, IPOB leader. They declare it. They declare him the IPOB leader. He said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was so he decided his war speech. You know why the politicians are joining now? They have seen it that the whole thing have gotten a red line that Nigeria cannot overpower Biafra again. Nigerian government cannot cover Biafra again. They cannot silence Biafra again. They cannot subdue Biafra again. That the date, the whole thing, the whole drama have reached on air, on a high mountain that cannot be bring down again. They have seen it in the Congress that everything have done and dusted. They have seen it that in the Knesset, which is Israel Parliament, have done and dusted. You know, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was calling 100 men, people don't understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already reshaping the face of the decision makers. That was why he removed some irrelevant DOS in the corridor of power. Those people that are using Biafra to cash out from Nigerian government. Those in the so when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now reshuffle them and reposition them and bring the people that are important personnel that have the Biafrans at heart, that are freedom lovers. Some of them went like a dossier, begin to rant. China Sanworu begin. We don't need such people, all those betrayers. Then when they now look in the midst of the 100 men, Mossad are there in decision making. Now here was in Nigeria. Oh, here Mesiri that even in the America and Nasset have concluded and they are part of the decision making. You see why they now see that this thing is no longer something that they can stop. And as I speak to you, that the UN now are already on the matter of approving our constitution and our passports.
G7.
And what took place in G7 was what they never knew that it was going to take place in France. They thought it was a mere normal G7 meeting. But when the leakage leaked out, and answer, so this is something that has been going underground because, you know, before now, Orabweze said it that she was not going to be releasing every details of our movement, that we are going to be playing diplomatically underground. And glory be to God that today she have gone far beyond Nigeria and above Nigeria. All the petition, shame to Bianco Juku, shame to Pitamba, you people that have evidence against your generation. Shame to all of you. You see why they're now coming out, because they see that they can no longer conquer. So they are trying to play along. Let it be as if that they themselves now partner for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and for the upcoming Biafra announcements. But we still know who is who. They cannot fool us, neither can they deceive us, because we know those who stand with us and them that are against us. Among them that are politicians, people like Hope Uzodinma, Pitamba, Soludo Mwifuru. You people are not with us, likewise Joy Bukwe, Nudele, and the likes of you. Tobaya, according to you, Bambo Geru. Asaro no dunch. No genta acho no dunch. It's a proverb. When the time comes, we will know how to do what? To sort ourselves out. Any movement that you people are taking now is no longer needful or useful to us. And you cannot use it to fool us or deceive us again. Because where were you people before now? Yes, that is my question to all of them. Where were you people before now? Before they throw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into Sokoto prison, where were you people? And what do you people say? Even after throwing him into Sokoto prison, what did you people do? And how many of you have visited Kanu in DSS? How many of you appeared in the court when he was facing the unconstitutional trials in Nigerian government under the Federal High Court of Abuja, the darkness nation called Nigeria, because that is the meaning of Nigeria, darkness. Where were you? How many of you visited him? Now, you supported you back to Nobu Yoruba man to throw him with Omotosh. Now they have done their own part. It is our part. It is our turn to play our own role. Yes, I was telling them that they cannot stop the light. You can only bury the truth and cover it for a while. The truth will surely speak out. You can't bury truth forever. And that truth is what is speedily speaking out now. All over the face of the world. All over the face of the country called Nigeria. Is the truth now speaking? all the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when I saw some Yoruba people talking about everybody, I say, okay, now they wake up. Okay, now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no be terrorist again. Una they play, una they joke, una go remain. The other one said they want to use go use this opportunity as Igbo should they go. Then say go. I say you are not going to. You must remain with Fulani. You accepted Islam, and after Fulani now una the rule, una go remain the rule on yourself. And as I'm talking to you, there is going to be a serious problem in Lagos State.
Okay.
Mark today's date. There is going to be a serious problem in Lagos State.
How?
When the time comes. When that time comes, I will not give you a date, but to mark today's date. So that when it shall come to pass, you remember this video.
Well said, Biafra Evangelist. As usual, you've done super analysis to this. Now, on my post a few days ago, a very good subscriber of mine came out to cry because a comment was made in the comment section. Okay. The person said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spat on the law, so he deserves every bit of treatment that he's getting from the government. So now, a subscriber of mine has come out to say, what exactly and what offense did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu commit that he deserving this treatment from the government?
Yes.
Biafra Evangelist, please take us back a little.
Please, the person that said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deserve all the marginalization or treatment,
that is getting.
You understand that is getting. The person, I believe that person must be an Afonja. Yes, he must be an Afonja. And that is why that person again, can that person come back now and repeat such statement? They cannot repeat it because the thing is not playing on against them. So for you and for your own information and for your own clarification, I want to tell you this. The offense that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed was the offense of exposing the agenda of the Fulanis in Nigeria. The agenda of the Fulanis, the terrorists in Nigeria. Number 2 offense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was standing against injustice. That is the offense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't want his brothers, his family, his people to be continuously being marginalized. Do you know that every Igbo man that finish or Igbo person that finish school will not get a job, will not see a meaningful job in the eastern region? The person must come to Lagos to the search of job. Out of the 50 companies in Lagos State alone, do you know that 30 of it belong to eastern people? Then why is it difficult that these people cannot be able to establish this company in their own land? That all of them are pushing it to Lagos, making every person after school, then they will begin to push their head, believing that the only source of their survival must come from Lagos. They cannot base in their own father's land. Why? Because of the decision and the craftiness of Nigerian government, the way they plan the game, the way they plan things in order to do what? To keep marginalizing, oppressing, and subduing Igbo people. And these are the things Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it cannot continue again. Excuse me, I want to ask a question and I want to explain it. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that Nigerian government push all the importation, all the seaport, all the reason down to Lagos State? Do you know why? Now, the reason is this. All these things, Ugwata seaport, Warri seaport, all these things was functioning before.
Ugwata, where is that?
Ugwata is in east. Warri is in delta.
Okay.
Do you understand? Do you know that every ship, are you aware that every ship that comes to Lagos pass through eastern region? Why is it that it's difficult for them to allow those places, ships to pass through eastern region? Why can't they open seaport in the east so that they can offload it there? When they bring it here, they will collect tax, collect every. The same Igbo man that offload here will now look for truck that will now convey his products back to east again where this ship pass. Is that not marginalization? Is that not humiliation? Is that not intimidation? If I tell you that every plane that moves from Lagos here must connect to East, Enugu to be precise, before he can take off to any country of his choice. Are you aware of that? But why is it difficult for them to make Enugu a viable state where international this thing will, airport will stay, and the people that want to travel from the East will travel from there? Have you asked that question? Why? It's because of the same marginalization. Because they know what it is, that the Igbos are the one, once they come here, the money will be going to Lagos State pocket. It will not be entering Enugu or any part of the Eastern region state pocket. You see, they are pushing everything. Let our resources, our money. Okay, you that rent a house in Lagos, do you know that as you rent house, as you are running business in Lagos, Lagos State is strategizing everything you make in Lagos, you end in Lagos. They find every means to collect the money you make in Lagos and put it back to Lagos. They don't want you to. The strategy of the British, the criminals, the thieves, armed robbers,
your colonial master.
their colonial master. You understand? So my beloved brother, that is why I said what I said. And that is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going through what he's going through today. Because he wants to liberate you and I from this marginalization. So that we can have our seaport in our place and offload our goods in our place. Travel, each time you are traveling, I don't know if you are constant in that eastern road.
Yes.
You will be, you understand? You will agree with me. You will be seeing goods, foreign, scattering, damaging. Who are the people that own those goods from trader? They are Igbos and other losses. Did the Nigerian government or Lagos State government refund them? No. Who is bearing the consequences? The Igbos, the importers, the owners of those products, those goods. So you see why this thing should stop. Let us, do you know, either is it him or where they say they have international airport? Please, that international airport, they call it international airport, but it's a local one. Mention people that used to travel from that place. If it is international, mention the people. Why is it that Igbos are still moving to Lagos? They are not using that route to travel. And the route to connect to other various countries is from Enugu, very close. A brother. But yet, everybody must come to Lagos. Or you go Abuja, you go there, no, instead of your homeland. You see why the same as Nnamdi Kanu, commit an offense. That's the offense Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed. And that is why they say, but God will pass them. He will be alive to raise and to lift up that flag for me and you. And we will rejoice together. Soon, all the may happen, all the may have from Nanya. All the men Nigeria getting from Nanya.
So, the United Nations, as you can see, you can go and read it with careful. They just confirm that interpretation of Sharia law in Nigeria is causing a forceful conversion, is helping they call it herdsmen, they call it extremist herdsmen. You can go and read the report, Boko Haram and ISWAP, that it is the Sharia law that these people are backing on, that it is the interpretation of Sharia law that is causing this insecurity in Nigeria. This is what we have been saying since. And in this video, I'm going to tell you that Nigeria is not sustainable. Because these ideologies, there is nothing that will make anyone to stop it. The people who are practicing Sharia will never let go of this Sharia that is in these terrorists. And the people who are not interested in Sharia will never accept Sharia, even though there is a forceful conversion according to this UN report and according to what we have been telling you since. So stay with me in this video. Let us understand more about this UN report. And later, you can go and read about it. This is Friday, June 12th, 2026. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. Christians in Nigeria face killings, forced conversion, United Nations report. You see, this news, this confirmation for the second time by the United Nations, it might not mean anything to you, but it means a lot to me. For over the time or years, we have been battling one thing, the false narrative of what is going on in Nigeria. Remember the African Union, after Trump said that there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria, African Union rose up to say there is nothing like Christian genocide, that Muslims and Christians are being killed. And there is no one disputing that Muslims are not being killed. There is no one disputing that Muslims or Christians are not being killed. That has never been the topic of the discussion. The topic of the discussion has always been that there is a targeted religious persecution in Nigeria. So I am glad that the United Nations is now confirming it, contrary to what Nigerian government and their, data men like Reno Mokre, Fani Kayode started parading at the end. So, United Nations recognizing that there is a forceful conversion in Nigeria, it means a lot. It is going to guide a lot of decisions. It is going to also give credit to so many people who have been fighting against this extremism. A lot of people are in jail because they stood their ground before they said this thing is not going to happen. They put them in the jail. Then, any country that is experiencing forceful conversion, that country risks breakup. Any country that is experiencing forceful conversion, that country risks breakup. I understand that law does not rule the world. Interest rules the world. But one of the basics where agitation becomes very necessary is if you're facing an existential threat because you're a minority. By UN confirming that the Islamic extremists are really trying to forcefully convert Nigerians, it is a big win for everyone that they have been shutting their voices. Before, when we told them that this Christian genocide is real, we brought evidence before, we did all sort of things, but people countered us. They say, you don't know what genocide is, you don't know what this is, you don't know what this is. Now, my joy, I have been saying one thing to people. I said, you can't solve a problem you don't know or you can't bring a solution you don't know the problem. So it's the same thing as solving a problem that you don't know. So you can't solve a problem you don't know. You can't bring a solution to a problem that you don't know. And if I'm saying this, I remind people of Albert Einstein, the scientist, when he said that if you give me an hour to solve the problem on Earth, I will use 59 minutes defining the problem, knowing the problem. I will use 1 minute to provide the solution. This is because if you know the problem, then you already know the solution. I have seen that so many people don't know the problem. So many people don't know the problem. So I am glad that the United Nations are reconfirming this. This is not the first time. In the year 2012, I want you to go and Google it and read it on their website. United Nations had a security meeting where they condemned the sectarian violence in Nigeria. Boko Haram asked Christians to leave northern Nigeria. No matter what people are doing today now, jumping up and down, I want everybody to calm down. Nigeria as a country, there is no how this country is going to work. We have two parallel lines, like these people are different, these people are different, these people are different. We have different backgrounds, different ideologies. Now, these extremists are claiming that they are majority, and no matter what people do, that all the whole ethnic groups in Nigeria will be subjugated. Like they will suppress you till they take over the country. Of which is not going to happen. And for it not to happen, this country have to break. This country have to break. Anytime people hear about division of Nigeria, breaking up of Nigeria, they frown at it. They reason opposite. There is no big deal about dividing Nigeria. Just that we have bunch of lunatics, criminals. We have bunch of selfish people, both in the Senate, in the government. People who have put their money in the treasury, looting trillions. They don't want it to stop. They want to take their own. They want to amass generational wealth through the suffering and the blood of the people. While you are talking about building Nigeria, Nigeria is getting destroyed more and more every day. The real people are dying. You are not doing anything. You are talking about, what are you building? What are you building? So let's understand the position of the United Nations at this moment. Now, you can find this news on United Nations Geneva website. You can find it on a Punch newspaper, this Nigerian newspaper. But I am reading from the Catholic television newspaper online. That is EWTN News. Now, this is what it reads. A group of United Nations human rights experts issue a stark warning this week over reports of killings, sexual violence, forced conversions, child marriages, forced marriages, abduction, and enforced disappearance, targeting women and girls from Christian and other religious minority communities in Nigeria. In a press release issued on June 8, the experts said the situation is deeply troubling, particularly in northern Nigeria and the Middle Belt region, where a deteriorating security situation and an inadequate response from civil authorities has allowed armed extremist groups, which include Boko Haram and Islamic State West African Province, that is ISWAP, along with radicalized Muslim herdsmen, to operate with relative impunity. So they are talking about this herdsmen, that is Fulani militias. They are talking about ISWAP and Boko Haram. However, they are all the same. The experts pointed to the role of local interpretations of Sharia law in 12 northern states, blasphemy codes, and systemic failure in access to civil justice and contributing factors. So they are saying what is causing this thing is that the interpretation of local interpretation of Sharia law is the one that is resolving to these things. The local interpretation of Sharia law in 12 northern states. These reports are deeply troubling. The experts stated violence targeting Christians and other religious minorities continue to be rampant. Whether UN continue to deceive themselves or anybody continue to deceive themselves, these people are not ready to abandon Sharia law, and a lot of people are not ready to embrace Sharia law. So the country is divided already. The country is divided along religious lines, along ideologies. This has nothing to do with violence. This has nothing to do with blasphemy or whatever you may call it. But I want you to understand that if we continue to pretend that all is well, that we can all live together, we are digging our graves. And eventually one day, you don't know between me and you who is going to enter into the grave. Forget about all these Boko Haram carrying weapons. This thing is certain. People are getting ready. This is a doomsday coming. So to avert this doomsday that is coming, it is time that people start talking. Now, I saw the constitutional amendment that the reps signed. Okay, the bill they passed. I saw it, I shake my head. Because these people actually don't know the problem of Nigeria. However, the issue of state police, I don't see it as a bad thing, but that is not the ultimate solution at all. But I don't see it as a bad thing because it will also enable people to, in form of vigilante, like the gun revolution I'm advocating for. So if, for example, in Delta State now, immediately they establish the state police, every community have to bring out his people to join the state police for you to guide your community. You will now have AK-47. So I see that is the gate in it. And anybody who will stand against it, I know that they will now take it to the president to sign. And there will be pressure on president not to sign it. I know so many interests who have been sabotaging this issue. A lot of interests have been sabotaging this issue of state police and so on and so forth. As I said, that is not the ultimate solution. But it's going to help us carry AK-47. We'll carry sophisticated weapons. You understand? And wait for all these people to come. Let them come. Let them come. No problem. Let them get ready and start coming. You understand? The battle that has been drawn. You will see that this state police is going to cause a lot of gun battle in Nigeria. You understand? And it will make the terrorists to retrieve. But that is not the only solution. Because so many politicians who are sponsoring these terrorists, they will put these terrorists in the state police as well, like they did with the federal army and the federal police. They have infiltrated it. So they can still do the same with the state police. So it is only the states who are not sponsoring insecurity will be able to stand against them, will be able to gather themselves without any infiltration. If they can go to army barrack and behead the soldiers because people infiltrated and give them information, they can also do it to the state police. You understand? But it's a good step. It's not a bad step. It's not a bad step. So the ultimate solution is that I was thinking that these people are actually going to put a referendum, alter Nigerian constitution to include a referendum where people can decide whether they will leave this shit or not. As far as I'm concerned, don't come out to tell me that, I don't know what I'm talking about. You are the one that don't know what you are thinking. Nigeria can never work. We can be pretending that, we can do election next 2027. Election is coming 2031 or 2031 years. Then after that, 2034. Continue to deceive yourself and be repeating the same mistakes. While you are doing that, these people are advancing their course, going down, down, and down. What are you going to do? I saw the Democracy Day speech of Tinubu saying the terrorists will do this, will do that, they will wipe them out. Is it mouth? Are you going to use mouth? Abi what they wrote for you, what they just type for you, is that what is going to remove them? The president does not have a moral ground to talk about those things if he did not address how his coalition imported terrorists into the country. That is the basis of the government, giving major support to these armed bandits mentioned in this UN report. I understand that there have been governments sponsoring Boko Haram before, appointing Boko Haram into the government, like commissioners of religious affairs, and so on and so forth. But the importation of the terrorists, led by a coalition of Tinubu and Buhari, they are the reason why we are having all these people. Every state in Nigeria is on that stage.
Wow, this is very, very great and high news. We'll keep saying it every day that the solution to this country is division. So let nobody come out to deceive you, to tell you that you should pray for Nigeria, that Nigeria will be good. I don't see any just to say. They know that even though in 1,000 years coming, Nigeria can never be good and it can never work. Because if you read the constitution of this country and you read the type of cabal that is leading this country, you will know that even though in your 20 generation that Nigeria will never be good. The only solution is to let those who want to work to their own, they should work to their own benefits, and leave those who want to be Islamized. Then they need to Islamize themselves, because bringing 3 nations, more than 3 countries together, and then joining their ideology together, claiming that let them be one, all those things, just putting fuel in the fire. It cannot work. Well, I would like your comment and like, subscribe, and share for everyone to see things going on in Nigeria. So thank you for watching.